everything has changed.
We're still together, yet we're apart.
Being apart is tough. We're human. We're here to make connections, live together, learn together.
We at Blackpool and the Fylde College are virtually by your side.
As a Blackpool and the Fylde College student, you're never alone. While we're in lockdown, we're also helping unlock your potential, building futures.
And we're doing it together.
We are all growing together.
We used to talk about B&FC having a sense of community like no other large college in the UK, but in the weeks we've been apart, we've not only felt it, we've seen it.
We've always knew our students were remarkable, but you've exceeded our expectations. Students supporting the community, striving for excellence in exceptional environments.
Here in Blackpool, we live in an extraordinary place. That's Shore, the Tower, our peers, our communities.
They make us who we are.
And it's because we're so fortunate that this new way of doing things is even more of a challenge. It makes you realise what great things we shared together.
The fun we had, the games we played, the work we did, the songs we sang.
And we'll sing again. While it might feel like forever, this situation is only temporary. We'll all be back together before you know it.
Learning new lessons, playing new games, singing new songs.
Because if there's one thing we've all learned, it's that we're better together.
Blackpool and the Fylde College. Ready when you are.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Big Blackpool Quiz. Hello! As you can see, I've had a haircut and my headphones are doing nothing for it. I'm also wearing a Mickey Mouse jumper today because it's nearly 8 o'clock and you know what, everyone loves a bit of comfort and hopefully you're in your comfies too, enjoying your evening. And welcome to the Big Blackpool Quiz, your favourite part of a Wednesday evening. I know you keep coming back for more, so I'll keep on delivering if you keep on watching. Hello to our regular viewers out there, you know who you are. Hello. And if you're new to the Big Blackpool Quiz, hello, welcome. I hope that you're going to have a great time. This week's quiz is a little bit changed from last week's. As you know, we have changed the format, so there's no more themes for the entire quizzes because we want to get more people involved in the Big Blackpool Quiz. And that the way to do that is to make sure that there's questions out there for everyone. However, you guys are now able to vote for our new special themed rounds. So 2 rounds per quiz will have a theme as chosen by you. The way that you can go and vote for a theme is by heading to our website www.studentsunionblackpool.co.uk and click on the BB Quiz tab in the Enrichment Hub. How great is that? Sorry, I'm just setting a timer so I know how long I've got left to carry on chat before the quiz. So yes, you can go and vote for a theme. There are themes up there now for next week's quiz, so you can go and do that before the quiz if you like. And yes, what else? You can also suggest a theme. Why not go and suggest a theme? I know this week we had Harry Potter, we had Game of Thrones, I'm pretty sure we had Hunger Games on there, and you guys chose Harry Potter, so that's what we're going to do. Harry Potter quiz special rounds this week. We have 3 of the rounds that are totally the Quizmaster's choice, so I've picked their themes, and yes, so I have a quiz for you, and we will begin in 7 minutes. So before we start with the quiz, where did it come about? So we went into lockdown. Remember the first one? About to go in the second one? At least this one's a little bit more lenient, I'd say. But, no better as the first. Make sure that if you're out there going into second lockdown, make sure you're keeping yourself mentally wealthy. And the way you can do that is going to our show Kindness Hub. I'll get into that in a minute. So we went into first lockdown, and we saw so many people coming together as a community. Even as an entire country, we were all doing Joe Wicks, weren't we, in the living room. Some other family members getting ticked off that you were taking up the living room space. But yes, and we wanted to promote stories because our students were getting involved, our staff were doing a lot, and our alumni were also doing a lot of things during lockdown creatively, and also supporting their communities as well. So we wanted to promote them stories, so that's where the Show Kindness campaign came about, and we were promoting their stories through our social media. Then we created the Show Kindness Hub. So, we're going into the second lockdown. Well, there's things on the Show Kindness Hub that you can do. And what the Show Kindness Hub is it's still there. You can go to the Enrichment Hub. It's available access. Go and fill your boots. Plenty of things to do on there. We basically created an enrichment online enrichment hub activities for you to be able to do in lockdown from the comfort of your own home. And since we're moving into a second lockdown, I think it's extremely fitting for me to say a little bit about it. So there's lots of different opportunities for you to get involved in different things on there. There's things like learning a new skill, so maybe it's painting, maybe it's getting into exercise. We've got videos from our B&FC Sports Centre staff, learning how to cook. We've got recipes on there from our BFC experts on there. Maybe learning a skill like guitar, or learning a different language, or even learning British Sign Language. There's lots of things to do on there, and lots of different opportunities that are still available to this day for you to get involved in. So if you are going into we are going into second lockdown. If you're a little bit worried about it, what to do with the time that you'll be having, obviously the college is staying open for our students. However, the time at home, the hours might seem to stretch for a lot of you. So if they are, I'd recommend going to the Show Kindness Hub, having a look on there. There's something for everyone on there. And if you're a parent, there's also resources on how to talk to your child about COVID and making sure that they're staying safe at school. We've got lots of different resources on there for you to access. So go and have a look. There might be something on there. There should be something on there. And if there's not, why don't you just send us a message saying, look, I'm into this sort of thing, and why don't you post it on the Show Kindness Hub, and I'll upload it. We're always looking for new updates, and it will be updated. We're hoping to have a little bit of a Christmas update on there as we move into the holiday season. So yes, that was the Show Kindness Hub. And then we said to our students, what else can we do from lockdown number 1? And they said, quizzes are becoming a big thing online, so why not do our own? And so since then, I've been doing one every Wednesday from 8 p.m. We only had we had 2 weeks off. So I've only had 2 weeks off quizzes. I don't know the schedule for Christmas yet. I don't know if I'm going to be doing them from Christmas holidays. I might pre-record some for Christmas, because I think it'd be a shame not to carry on the tradition. But yes, so that's where the Big Blackpool Quiz came from. If you are new here, the rules have a pen and paper. I'll ask you questions. I'll ask them twice. You'll have 15 seconds to answer them. Just write your answer down on the paper. There's 50 questions overall, 51 actually, with the bonus question, which is worth an extra 5 points. And then after I've asked all the questions, we'll go to a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with the answers, where you can just tick them off and then make sure that you're letting me know how many that you're getting right down in the comment section below. And why not interact with us during the quiz as well? Just type some comments in the descriptions below, because I do go and read them all after each quiz airs. So yeah, go get involved. Make sure you're letting us know what we can be doing to enhance the quiz as well, because the reason why we're doing themed rounds now is because you guys said, some of these quizzes, the themes, we're doing them one week and then we can't do them next because we don't really know a lot about the subject. So that's why we're making it accessible to all, with the 5th round being the hardest, obviously. Don't Google the answers. You're only cheating yourself at the end of the day if you Google the answers, so don't do it. Just enjoy yourselves. Be honest, even if you make up a silly answer, hopefully you're in a room with your family, or if not, you've got your family on Facebook Messenger, up on Skype or Zoom or Teams or whatever it is, and getting them involved in the quiz too, maybe competing against one another. But funny answers, have a fun time with it. Yes, don't Google the answers. This quiz is only for fun, so there's no prize at the end of it. Maybe, if you're competing against family members, you will have bragging rights, so feel free. And you can alternate it between weeks. Whoever wins the most has the bragging rights for the week. Or maybe if you do chores around the house, whoever wins the quiz doesn't have to do their chores for the week. I don't know, I'm not a parent, I don't know how chores work. But it'd be pretty good, based on the quiz. Especially if you're a parent and you get more questions right than your kid. So they have to do their chores for the rest of the week. And they have to do your chores for the rest of the week. But yeah, that's basically how the quiz works. You picked this week that the special themed rounds would be based around Harry Potter, so we do have 2 Harry Potter themed rounds this week. When it comes to the end of the quiz, I'll let you know the themes for next week, and once I do, then you can head over to the SU website and vote on them rounds. Or, they're already up now, but make sure you watch the rest of this quiz. Go and do it afterwards. I'll remind you so you won't forget. But yes, we're just coming off the back of Halloween, aren't we? And I hope you all had a lovely Halloween. Whatever you did, however you celebrated. How did I celebrate? Well, I watched Boris Johnson's speech about going into a second lockdown. Happy Halloween! And then I watched a horror movie in bed. Watched quite a few horror movies on Saturday. Didn't get dressed up though. I think it would be pretty sad paint my face like a pumpkin and then sit in bed and watch horror movie, but never mind. We had the Blackpool Horror Society start last week, which was great. I went along as well to support, and the 2 degree English literature students who ran it, amazing, and people thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you want to join the Blackpool Horror Society, it's on the last Friday of each month. So the next one I think is like the 27th of November, and you can go book onto it now via the Enrichment Hub, www.studentsunionblackpool.co.uk, and the Enrichment Hub is on the top menu bar. You just click on it and then you can go and enter your details and sign up to the Blackpool Horror Society. Or there's lots of different things that you can get involved in on there, and there's a lot of virtual things as well. So I don't think any of them are in-person things, and they're all virtual. So even though we're going into second lockdown, we'll still be doing these virtual societies. And if you want to host one of your own, if you want to create a club or society, you can also go to that exact same page and fill out a small form and set up your own club and society. These 2 English literature students have done it, and that's amazing. So why don't you do it? Set up your own club or society. But anyway, I think it's about time we moved on to the main event, which is me now singing you a song. Here we are. No, not really. We're going to move on to the quiz. Sorry, that was a dumb segue, wasn't it? I was trying to be funny. I'm really not. At least I can laugh at myself. Anyway, we're going to move on to the quiz. You picked 2 themed rounds, and then the rest were up to me to come up with, and I think I've come up with some very good rounds. So why don't we get on with it? Are we ready? Aye, aye, Captain. Yes, we are. Okay, so here we are with round 1, and round 1 is general knowledge, just average general knowledge, not based around anything. So let's see how we do. Here we are with question 1. Just making sure my microphone switched on. I did do it one time that I set everything up and I started recording, and then I realised my microphone wasn't on, and I was already 45 minutes way through one of the quizzes. It's very annoying. But anyway, question 1. What year did the Titanic sink in the Atlantic Ocean on the 15th of April on its maiden voyage to Southampton? What year did Titanic sink in the Atlantic Ocean on 15th of April on its maiden voyage to Southampton? 15 seconds on the clock. Anyone seen the Titanic movie? It's a good movie. Sad. Sad at the end. I think we all know what happens. Well, it says there, Titanic sinks. Sorry, spoiled the movie for you. Has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Question 2. How many breaths does the human body take daily, on average? How many breaths does the human body take daily? 15 seconds on the clock. I mean, could you imagine how, like, they came to the conclusion of how many breaths the body takes? Like, there's got to be someone who sat for a day, just like with one of them, like, clicker things, counting how many breaths is taken. Sounds boring to me. Question 3. Who was Prime Minister of Great Britain from 1841 to 1846? Who was the Prime Minister of Great Britain from 1841 to 1846? 15 seconds on the clock. Do, do, do. Do, do. Question number 4. What is the capital of Portugal? What is the capital of Portugal? Fun fact, I used to think Portugal was the capital of Spain. I'm awful with geography. Really bad. But I've said many times on this quiz how bad I am at geography. Not my strongest suit. Question 5. Which now famous TV chef started cooking at the age of 8 in his parents' pub, the Creatore, in Clavering, Essex? Which now famous TV chef started cooking at the age of 8 in his parents' pub, the Creatore, in Clavering, Essex? 15 seconds on the clock. Do you know what? I mean, how many famous chefs have an Essex accent? Think about it. I'm not even sure if this chef does have an Essex accent. That might not have been a clue at all. Anyway, question 6. What is the doll Barbie's full name? What is the doll Barbie's full name? Never see Barbies anymore, you know. I mean, I'm 24, so hopefully I don't see Barbies anymore. But do people actually still play with Barbies? I know they're still going and they're still making new ones all the time. But I haven't seen people like playing with them. Then again, I don't know anyone of that age who would play with Barbies. That was totally pointless and insane, wasn't it? Anyway, question 7. What is the lifespan of a dragonfly? Question 7. What is the lifespan of a dragonfly? You guys must love it when I go off into my own little world, reading about, like, thinking about questions and, like, thinking about the topics of the questions. Because it gives you a little bit extra time on the quiz questions other than 15 seconds, me just going off on a tangent about never seeing Barbies. I'd hope to God not. Question 8. What is the chemical symbol for silver? Question 8. What is the chemical symbol for silver? Silver. Jeez. Symbol for silver. Symbol for silver. Symbols. No, that is a tongue twister. Symbol for silver. Symbol for silver. Symbol for silver. Nope. Got tongue tied. Not going to try it again. Question 9. What is the world's smallest bird? Question 9. What is the world's smallest bird? I don't. If you ever wonder like why I'm looking off like over here, and I'm sorry I've just hit my mic, but it is me just looking into my mic. I'm like, you're the only friend I have here right now. I don't even know if you can see the microphone. I know I always like start looking into the microphone. So if you've ever wondered why does it keep looking off into space, it's because my microphone's right next to me, my face here. Question 10. In what year did Hamilton open on Broadway? Question 10. In what year did Hamilton open on Broadway? 15 seconds on the clock. Do you know Hamilton? It's a rap musical, and I still haven't watched it. Guilty. I do need to watch it. I might watch it tonight. No, I probably won't. Maybe in a month's time I'll remind you that I still haven't watched it, and then you guys can sound off in the comments telling me off for not watching it yet. Anyway, here we are with round 2. Round 2. Oh, that's me getting a Teams notification. I'm so sorry. Let me just put everyone on mute. I'm just so in demand. I'm so in demand. That one little ding. I'm so in demand. Anyway, round 2. General knowledge. Harry Potter edition. I'm going to ask you some Harry Potter questions. You just need to write down the answers. That's simple. It's just general knowledge questions about Harry Potter. Are you ready? Hopefully you're Harry Potter fans. I've got all my Harry Potter books over here. I've got the full set. Great books. I haven't read these books. I had them all as a kid and I never read them then. But when I got older, 23, I decided that I needed to read them. So I bought them all, and I think they still do them at Asda for like 2 for £7. It was a very expensive month. That was a month where I just went through every single book in the entire month. You expect to like space them out in between. Nah, I just bought them all in one go. Yeah, and the annoying thing is there's 7 of them, so that's not even in buying 2 books. And for £7. Anyway, Callum, stop going off on a tangent. Let's get on to the questions, because question 1's been on the screen for ages. But question 1 is, which number on Privet Drive do the Dursleys family live at? Which number on Privet Drive do the Dursley family live at? 15 seconds on the clock. Although I quite fancy watching all the Harry Potter films again. Who knows? Who knows what I'll end up doing tonight? In fact, I think I'm sticking up my Christmas tree. I know it's the start of November, but October's over now, and I don't believe in putting Christmas decorations up before Halloween, because I love Halloween. But I think November, then you get 2 months wear out of them. You're not putting them up 1 week to 3 weeks later take them down. Question 2. What is Hermione's pet cat called? Question 2. What is Hermione's pet cat called? So yes, a new place, new Christmas tree. A Christmasify the house. Riveting information, I know. Anyway, what is Hermione's pet cat called? Question 3. In the 3 Deathly Hallows are the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and what other item? The 3 Deathly Hallows are the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and what other item? 15 seconds on the clock. Question 4. Hermione goes to the Yule Ball with which Durmstrang student? Hermione goes to the Yule Ball with which Durmstrang student? 15 seconds on the clock. I'll give you a clue. This happens in book 4. There's your clue. I hope it helps. Question 5. Who is in the painting that guards the entrance to the Gryffindor common room? Who is in the painting that guards the entrance to the Gryffindor common room? 15 seconds on the clock. And this changed, actually. I believe this had the same actress in the first and second movie. However, when it came to the third, Dawn French played this character. Oh, big hint right there. Dawn French. And she pretended to, like, do opera and then smash the glass. Anyone remember? Anyway. Question 6. What are Harry Potter's parents called? Question 6. What are Harry Potter's parents called? 15 seconds on the clock. I do wonder, like, because I don't watch these back. I did for quite a long time, but I don't know if I put on a bit of an accent when I'm doing these quizzes. I think I do. A bit of a posh accent. Because I don't speak Northern. Don't think so. Question 7. What do Hermione's parents do for a living? Question 7. In fact, is that Birmingham? I think I'm doing a Birmingham accent. Anyway, let's get over the accents. What do Hermione's parents do for a living? 15 seconds on the clock. Birmingham. My friend's from Birmingham. Maybe I should just read the rest of the quiz like this. She's from Birmingham, and I love to take the mick out of her accent. Such a mean friend. Question 8. How many siblings does Ron Weasley have? Question 8. How many siblings does Ron Weasley have? You've got to forgive me. I'm on my 23rd quiz. You know, I like to keep myself entertained during these quizzes. And I do find myself hilarious. So... Just grabbing something out of my bag. Unprofessional. Should have been prepared before. Question 9. In the Goblet of Fire, which character drinks Polyjuice Potion to look like Mad-Eye Moody? In the Goblet of Fire, which character drinks Polyjuice Potion to look like Mad-Eye Moody? I got the Goblet of Fire right here. Should I tell you the answer? I'll just find the answer for you. Sorry. It's just going to take me a bit. Oh, we're out of time. Sorry, guys. Can't give you the answer now. Sorry. Big book. Big book. Question 10. The last Harry Potter book was published in which year? The last Harry Potter book was published in which year? 15 seconds on the clock. Do we know? Do we know now? We're about to move on to round 3. And I think I've successfully, dribbled on for quite a long time. So I'm going to try and speed myself up a tiny little bit. And round 3 is Guess the Movie round, Singer edition. So this is a picture round. I'm going to show you some pictures from some movies where singers have played the characters, because quite a few singers, go into acting, and so I'm just going to show you some photos of singers in movies. You just need to tell me what the movie's called. Simple. Let's go on. Number 1. 15 seconds on the clock. Now, I can't possibly comment on who this is, but I've heard they're a very good singer. They have a new album out called Chromatica. If you haven't listened to it yet, apparently it's really good. You can listen to it on Spotify, YouTube, Apple iTunes, and anywhere else. Apparently it's good. I wouldn't know. 15 seconds on the clock for this one. Thought I heard a dog then. Didn't hear a dog. And the next one. Maybe I am hearing a dog. Oh, I am hearing a dog. It's over the street. I'm not going mad. I already went mad. Long time ago. Anyway, what is this movie, please? Most of these have been easy so far, you know, we're near that halfway point, so, you know, rounds become harder, questions become harder. And the next one. A few singers actually in this movie. I actually just recently rewatched this for like the 10th time. Such a good movie. And this next one, do we know what it is? This has... I don't know if the movie's a musical, but I know it is a musical and it went on tour and Alexandra Burke played the character who Whitney Houston is playing. I've never seen the movie either. And this one? That is Mariah Carey. Doesn't look like Mariah Carey, that does it? She's like, so go there. Oh, the power of no makeup, I suppose. And then next one. There's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's not the singer, it's the lady next to him, Gwen Stefani. But what movie is she in? Do you know? I haven't seen this one either. Shocking, most of the movie rounds I've ever done, I actually know most of the movies. Haven't seen this one either. That's Dolly Parton. Shocking, isn't it? I'm almost a movie and TV connoisseur, but I actually haven't seen this movie. Seen clips of it on YouTube. Looks great. Camp. And this is the last one. Do you know what the movie is? I do. And round 4. Round 4 is Name the Creature round. Harry Potter edition. This is your next Harry Potter round. I'm going to show you photos of creatures from Harry Potter. You need to name the creature. Now, there are a few that are characters with like their character names. I'm not wanting their character name. I'm wanting what type of creature they are. So if I showed you a picture of creature, not a good example, but creature is an animal in the book. I would want the name of like the mythical creature he is, not his actual name, creature. Right, I've said creature so many times. I think I've confused the audience. Never mind. I'm sure you'll get it. Anyway, here's number 1. This is Dobby, but I'm not wanting to know Dobby's name. What is Dobby? There we go. Rectified it now. And the next one. 15 seconds on the clock. This is Buckbeak, but we're not wanting you to say Buckbeak or write Buckbeak down. What is the animal? What's the name of the animal? "15 seconds on the clock." Every time I went through this quiz today, and I was just like, you know, flicking through on full screen, and this came up. I was like, oh, God. Awful. Next one. This is me if someone wakes me up before at least 6 a.m. I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. Wouldn't recommend. It's not worth it. This next one, 15 seconds on the clock. The next one, I'm just going to say it is scary. If you don't like things with 8 legs, then you might not want to look at the screen. I won't be looking at the screen because it's one of my biggest fears, but I still managed to put it in the quiz. Oh, it gives me nightmares. I remember when this movie came out. It was so scary. But Oh, I didn't even put the timer on. Oh, that just made things 10 times worse. It means you're just going to have to look at it for another 15 seconds. Sorry, forgot to put the timer on. It's just me not looking at the screen. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, we're flashing. Okay. Next one. God. I hate him. Absolutely hate him with a passion. But yes, we're only a few more away from round 5, which is our last round before the final question. Now I'm wanting the full title of this animal, like its breed as well. Not just, oh, it's a dragon. No, it's not just a dragon. I want its full creature name. What type of dragon is it? I already gave you like one of the words. There's 3 words in the creature's name. So there you go. 15 seconds on the clock. Hopefully that's a bit of a clue for you. Probably not though. Oh well. Ask me if I'm asked. Because I'm not. I like things to be difficult. And this is the last one. And only very briefly had an appearance in the Harry Potter films. On the shoulder of Ginny Weasley, which is photographed right here. But what is the name of the creature? Pelunge. And the last round. And did you know it is Parliament Week? And so you know, ultra general knowledge is always the hardest round in the quiz. So I thought, why don't we have a political edition of the last round? It's not going to spark up any debates. It's just quiz about UK politics, and I only went with UK politics. I didn't go outside the country, so don't get too mad at me. But I might educate you a little bit on Parliament. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Parliament Week. UK Parliament Week is an annual festival that engages people from across the UK with their parliament, exploring what it means to them and empowers them to get involved in politics. This year, B&FC are running a week-long campaign about UK Parliament and what benefits you can reap from getting involved. So make sure that you are following the Students' Union on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. So if you go and follow us there, we're going to be doing a social media campaign all around Parliament Week. But if you are aged between 11 and 18, you can also take part in the Make Your Mark campaign, which is a national campaign. Make Your Mark is an opportunity for 11 to 18 year olds across the UK to have their say and begin their democratic journey by voting on the policies they want to introduce or change. The issues you vote as the most important will be debated by members of Youth Parliament. They will campaign to influence the UK Parliament and local representatives, ensuring that the views of young people are listened to by decision makers. This is your opportunity to influence decision makers who can make a real difference on the issues that matter to you. Make Your Mark is one of the most important and influential ways young people can take part in a democratic process. Make Your Mark is a British Youth Council campaign supported by UK Parliament. If you want to know more, if you want to get involved in the Make Your Mark campaign, then you can head over to our website now, www.studentsunionblackpool.co.uk, and click on our new Our Campaigns tab. There's lots of information on there about Parliament Week, getting involved in the Make Your Mark campaign, which is really important because it outlines the journey that Youth Parliament are going to take within Parliament this year, outlining what you think is most important. Because if you didn't know it, in this country, you can only vote when you're 18 and above, meaning that anyone younger than that can't vote on any big decisions in this country, like a referendum, or who is going to be our next Prime Minister, or your MP constituent for your local area. So that is what your vote is for. But this allows young people to still have a voice in Parliament. So I would highly suggest, if you are 18, under 18, that you go and take part in the Make Your Mark campaign, or if you're 18, because it did say 11 to 18, go and take part in the Make Your Mark campaign. It's so important that we hear young people's views as well, because the young are the future of tomorrow. So there you go, and I shall now get off my soapbox and re-enter the quiz, which is Politics Edition Ultra General Knowledge. And as with every week, we have a little evil face there. So yes, for the first 3 questions, if you answer them and you get the answer wrong, then you lose 5 points. Which really sucks if you've only got 15 points at the end, because it's only the first 3 questions, so there's a possibility of losing 15 points. It's entirely up to you whether you play this or not, but you know, it's just to add a little bit of spice and fun in the quiz. So yes, if you take a gamble on the first 3 questions and your gamble doesn't pay off, then you will lose 5 points. So just be careful. So here we are with quiz question number 1. Who was the Prime Minister with the shortest time in office? Who was the Prime Minister with the shortest time in office? 15 seconds on the clock. Do you know? I know. Oh. That's me being rude, checking my phone. I'll put that over there till the 5-minute break. God, Callum, you've got company. Stop being so rude. Question 2. What was the Conservative Party's slogan in last year's general election? What was the Conservative Party's slogan in last year's general election? 15 seconds on the clock. Question number 3. How long does Prime Minister's questions last? How long does Prime Minister's questions last? 15 seconds on the clock, and this is the last evil question for today's quiz. So after this, feel free to guess. You won't lose any points for it. But yes, how long does Prime Minister's questions last? A long time, it feels like. I have sat and watched them actually. Not every week. Just the important ones. Sometimes I watch them and they just seem to go on forever. Question number 4. Under the Fixed Term Parliaments Act of 2011, how many years pass before Parliament is dissolved automatically? Under the Fixed Term Parliaments Act 2011, how many years pass before Parliament is dissolved automatically? Dissolved. Like sugar in coffee. Ooh, I fancy coffee. I wonder if I could make one in 5 minutes. Highly doubt it. I'm going to try and make a coffee in the 5-minute break. If the 5-minute break goes on over, you know why. Question number 5. Which MP was described as a bloody difficult woman by former Chancellor Ken Clarke? Now, you know, you're not supposed to refer to people like that at all, in Parliament or out of Parliament. But yes, Ken Clarke once described an MP as a bloody difficult woman. But what woman was it? Which woman? I should say what woman, which woman. Which MP was described as a bloody difficult woman by former Chancellor Ken Clarke? Question number 6. Which UK constituency has the largest population? Which UK constituency has the largest population? 15 seconds on the clock. Sorry, it's the music. It's just going round and round in the headphones. Sometimes I just lull off into it. Question number 7. How many MPs are there? How many MPs are there? Remember, these questions are all based around the UK, so we're just basing everything on the UK's politics. Question number 8. The Prime Minister lives at number 10 Downing Street, but who lives at number 11? The Prime Minister lives at number 10 Downing Street, but who lives at number 11? 15 seconds on the clock. I've got purple lighting on today. Not that you can really see it because of the light coming through the curtains, but yes, I've got purple lighting. We had green lighting last week for Halloween. The lighting situation, it's not paying off today. It doesn't matter. Question 9. Who said they would be tough on crime, tough on the causes of crime? Who said they would be tough on crime, tough on the causes of crime? If you want a clue, it's a former British Prime Minister. There's your clue. Question number 10. The UK's first ever national referendum was held in 1975. No, the Brexit referendum wasn't the first one. This one was. The UK's first ever national referendum was held in 1975, but what was it on? The UK's first ever national referendum was held in 1975, but what was it on? 15 seconds on the clock. Oh, that's the last question of round 5. I only just noticed. We're about to go on to the bonus question. What is the bonus question this week? It is another anagram. And it's only 2 words. So you've just got to unscramble these letters to form 2 other words. So the anagram is Gargoyles Watch. And it is centralised around the theme of the special themed rounds. So it's based around Harry Potter, basically. So yes. Write the letters down. Try and unscramble them in the break. You've got 5 minutes to work it out. But yes, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Normally I give people a task to do in the 5-minute break. What should I give you this week? Maybe come up with one new thing that you could do in lockdown with the people around you. And if you're on your own, still think about things you can do with the people around you, because you can do things virtually like this. Maybe it is you're going to host your own virtual quiz. Don't do it at the same time as mine. That'd be rude. Just giving you that. But think about one thing that you can do in lockdown during the time. One thing. What could I do? Well, I've started writing, so I could continue writing. That's what I'm going to do in our second lockdown. Not that my days really change, because I'm still going to college each day, and if you're a student at B&FC, you'll still be going to college when you're at college. But in my free time, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate some time to writing. What are you going to do? Have a think about it in the break. Go grab yourself a drink. I'm going to go grab myself a cup of coffee. And I will be back after 5 minutes. Okay, bye.
everything has changed.
We're still together, yet we're apart.
Being apart is tough. We're human. We're here to make connections, live together, learn together.
We at Blackpool and the Fylde College are virtually by your side.
As a Blackpool and the Fylde College student, you're never alone. While we're in lockdown, we're also helping unlock your potential, building futures.
And we're doing it together.
We are all growing together.
We used to talk about B&FC having a sense of community like no other large college in the UK, but in the weeks we've been apart, we've not only felt it, we've seen it.
We've always knew our students were remarkable, but you've exceeded our expectations. Students supporting the community, striving for excellence in exceptional environments.
Here in Blackpool, we live in an extraordinary place. That's Shaw, the Tower, our peers, our communities.
They make us who we are.
And it's because we're so fortunate that this new way of doing things is even more of a challenge. It makes you realise what great things we shared together.
The fun we had, the games we played, the work we did, the songs we sang.
And we'll sing again. While it might feel like forever, this situation is only temporary. We'll all be back together before you know it.
Learning new lessons, playing new games, singing new songs.
Because if there's one thing we've all learned, it's that we're better together.
Blackpool and the Fylde College. Ready when you are.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Big Blackpool Quiz. Hello. I only just made it. Well, I had a minute left. I sat down. I've had a sip, so I'm just about to have another one. And yes, welcome back to the Big Blackpool Quiz. Did you think of something that you can do in second lockdown? Something you want to achieve? Hopefully you did. And you know what? If you did, write it down in the comments below. I'd love to. I'd love for you to give me some ideas of what I'm going to do. I'm going to start writing more. Because I'm part of the Blackpool Horror Society now, so we're learning how to we're learning how to write horror. So I'm going to give that a go. But yeah, and hopefully you've come up with something that you can do in this next lockdown. Don't forget, after this quiz, you can go and vote on the themes for the special themed rounds next week. And next week we are going back to school, and our themes for next week are for you to choose between English, Maths, Science and PE. English, Maths, Science and PE. You can go and vote now on the SU website, and let us know what themed rounds you want next week. And if you want to suggest a theme, also on the exact same page, www.studentsunionblackpool.co.uk, click on the Enrichment tab, click on the BB Quiz tab, and at the end of the page you can suggest a theme. So why not go and suggest a theme as well? Go and vote for a theme, go suggest a theme. Okay? But anyway, we are back on with this week's quiz. So let's go through the answers. I hope you've got your pens and pads ready for me to give you the answers. Hopefully you've worked out the anagram too, and maybe you've even grabbed yourself a coffee. Sorry to all those who are listening to me slurp. But yes, let's get on with the answers. So, here we are, the answers round, and here we are with round 1. And round 1 this week was general knowledge. What year did the Titanic sink in the Atlantic Ocean on the 15th of April on its maiden voyage from Southampton? It was 1912. If you got 1912, give yourself a point. I remember we did, when I was in school doing history, we did a bit about Titanic, and we had to make these posters. And this is going to get a little bit rude. It wasn't anything rude, but you know, we're all like writing Titanic in big letters. But me, you know, we're all on the floor like doing these posters, and then the teacher asks me a question, and so I paused in my writing of Titanic, and I had only put the first 3 letters down on there, and then the teacher thought I was being funny and told me off. I was like, how else do you spell Titanic, you idiot? I didn't say that to his face. I said it behind his back though. How many breaths does the human body take? How many breaths does the human body take? It is 20,000 daily. If you've got 20,000 daily, give yourself a point. I read the question twice as if I was asking you in the first round. Question 3. Who was Prime Minister of Great Britain from 1841 to 1846? It was Robert Peel. If you got Robert Peel, give yourself a point. Question 4. What is the capital of Portugal? It is Lisbon. If you got Lisbon, give yourself a point. Which now famous TV chef started cooking at the age of 8 in his parents' pub, The Cricketers, in Clavering, Essex? It's the one that stole the turkey twizzlers. It's Jamie Oliver. Was it turkey twizzlers? Was it chicken nuggets? Stole most things, didn't he? Custard. I don't think it was custard. Can anyone remember at school getting different like coloured custard? There was like pink, and there was definitely green, there was chocolate, and obviously normal custard. Did anyone else have any other colours at school? Let me know in the comment section below. Question number 6. What is the doll Barbie's full name? It is Barbara Millicent Roberts. If you got Barbara Millicent Roberts, give yourself a point. Question number 7. What is the lifespan of a dragonfly? I recently saw I think it's my first ever. I think it's my first time ever seeing a dragonfly, and it was in Wales. I just escaped for the day. I decided I was going to go for a long walk, and I just drove somewhere random and went for a 5-hour walk. And along the way, I came across a brook and found my first ever dragonfly, and it was beautiful, stunning. But the lifespan of a dragonfly is 24 hours. If you didn't know, sorry, I should get on to the answers quicker. Question 8. What is the chemical symbol for silver? Ag. Question number 9. What is the world's smallest bird? It is a bee hummingbird. If you just put hummingbird, give yourself a point. It doesn't need to be bee hummingbird. Question number 10. In what year did Hamilton open on Broadway? It was 2016. If you got 2016, give yourself a point. Now tally up your scores for the first round. At the end of each round, I'll give you some... Excuse me, it's the coffee. I'll give you enough time at the end of each round just to tally up your scores together, because it'll make it easier if adding them up at the end, and let me know in the comments below. But I think that's enough time now. Let's move on to round number 2. And round number 2 was General Knowledge Harry Potter edition. Oh. Well, I think that might happen for each round. Which number on Privet Drive do the Dursley family live at? It's number 4. This is the quiz trying to tell me to hurry up. What is Hermione's pet cat called? Crookshanks. Number 3. The 3 Deathly Hallows are the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and what other item? Cloak of Invisibility, that's the answer. I'm finding it quite funny, just because I've been saying this entire quiz that I need to speed myself up a little bit, and now the quiz is doing it for me. Question 4. Hermione goes to the Yule Ball with which Durmstrang student? It was Victor Crumb. Question number 5. Who is in the painting that guards the... Who's in the painting that guards the entrance to the Gryffindor common room? It isn't Mulan. Oh, I'm so sorry. Obviously, I haven't checked over this enough. Oh, God, that's funny. It's the fat lady. It's the... Oh, that's bad of me. Oh, it really is. It's the fat lady. The answer is the fat lady. If you got the fat lady, give yourself a point, because it certainly ain't Mulan. God, crossover of universe there. Could you imagine? Jeez. I found that way too funny. It was a lot more funny to me than it was to you guys, obviously. But it's not Mulan, it is the fat lady. What are Harry Potter's parents called? James and Lily. Calm yourself down. Question number 7. What do Hermione's parents do for a living? They are dentists. They do dentistry. Question 8. How many siblings does Ron Weasley have? It's 6. Question number 9. In the Goblet of Fire, which character drinks Polyjuice potion to look like Mad Eye Moody? Bartmus Crouch Jr. Goblet of Fire. I watched the movie. I always hated the movie. And when I was reading the books, because I know a lot of Harry Potter fans were disappointed by the movie as well, of the book. But I hadn't read the books by the time I was watching the movie. But years and years, I just don't like the Goblet of Fire movie. I don't know why. It's grown on me a little bit. But then I read the book and I'm like, I understand completely why people hate it. Hate the movie. Misses so much out. Honestly, if you're not, maybe that can be your thing to do during the second lockdown, is read a little bit more. Get some Harry Potter books. They are fantastic. Whatever age you are, they're fantastic. Question 10. The last Harry Potter book was published in 2007. Tally up your scores. Oh, I'm still thinking about Mulan. Tally up your scores with round 1 as well. It'll make it so much easier for tallying all up at the end. But we'll move on to round 3. And round 3 was Guess the Movie Round Singer Edition. I showed you a load of singers in some movies. None of them are Mulan. And you just had to tell me what the movie was. Okay? So this one, number 1, Queen Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born. If you haven't seen A Star Is Born, go watch it. It's a good movie. Quite slow, but it is a good movie. This one, never seen, but I constantly slate because she didn't win the Oscar for it. It's Evita. Imagine if I ever met Madonna in real life. I mean, I'd be starstruck, but she'd probably slap me. This one, Cher and Christina Aguilera. Almost Mulan. You know, Christina Aguilera. Who is the girl I see? That is the worst I've ever sang on the quiz. But this is burlesque. Got burlesque, give yourself a point. This movie is Labyrinth. With David Bowie right there. And this one, if you haven't seen this movie, please, please, please go watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It's either on Netflix or Prime. If you've got either of those, go and give it a watch. It's such a good movie. But it is Dreamgirls. This next one with Whitney Houston, this is The Bodyguard. If you got The Bodyguard, give yourself a point. Next one, Mariah Carey in Precious. I haven't seen Precious. I think I started reading the book, but the book freaked me out a little bit, I think. Or it creeped me out a little bit. It's not a nice book, let's just say that. So I didn't actually end up finishing it. And this next one, Gwen Stefani is in Aviator. If you got Aviator, give yourself a point. And this is Dolly Parton in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Wow, I didn't put a space there. It's all going well. Next one. This is the last one, and this is Poetic Justice. If you got Poetic Justice, give yourself a point. This is the last one of round 3, so tally up them scores. I hope you like this new way of quizzing, where we don't do overall themes, we just do themed rounds instead. So I hope you do enjoy that. Don't forget to go and suggest, go and vote for next week's theme. You've got English, Maths, Science or PE. Let's go back to school, go back to our roots, as it were. And go vote now. Votes are open, so yes, go and vote. It's on the SU website. Round 4. Round 4 was Name That Creature round. I showed you some Harry Potter creatures. You just needed to name the creature. So this is Dobby, and Dobby is a house elf. Got house elf, give yourself a point. So many people out there who will be saying, well, I got elf. Whatever. You do you, boo. This one, Buckbeak, is a hippogriff. This next one is the basilisk in the Chamber of Secrets. I mean, if you've never ever watched Harry Potter already, I'm just ruining everything for you today, aren't I? Oh well. This is a mermaid from the bottom of the lake. This is Fawkes, the phoenix. Did anyone else shed a tear of Fawkes? Because he's just such a good bird. And they do mention him in the books when the big person dies. Go and read the books, they are good. This next one, I'm not going to look at the screen, but it is an acromantula. So if you've got an acromantula, give yourself a point. His name is Aragog. He lives in the dark forest. Professor Lupin unfortunately cursed into being a werewolf. This is in the 3rd book, or 3rd movie, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now I said for this one, I said that it was a dragon, but I wanted the full name of this one. What type of dragon is it? Because we do get told in the books and movies what type of dragon Harry gets in the Goblet of Fire, and when he's chosen in the Triwizard Tournament to fight against, to do all these challenges, and one of them is to get a golden egg from a particular dragon, and he gets one of the most vicious dragons in the arena, and it is a Hungarian horntail dragon. So if you've got a Hungarian horntail dragon, give yourself a point. And the next one is a Thestral. And you know, Thestrals are some misunderstood creatures, as Hagrid would say, and one can only see them once they have witnessed death. Yep. And this last one, sitting on Ginny Weasley's shoulder, is a Pick-me Puff. A Pick-me Puff. If you've got a Pick-me Puff, give yourself a point. This is the last one. Tally up your scores with the rest of the rounds. They do these Pick-me Puffs. I haven't been. I want to go to the studio tour, and I'd love to go to the Warner Brothers theme park in Florida. But if you buy a Pick-me Puff, they ask you to name it, and then they'll ring this bell, and then they'll announce that you've bought a Pick-me Puff, and announce its new name and its new owner. Don't ask me why I know. Don't ask me why I know that when I've never been. YouTube is a great thing. Now we all know how I spend my Saturday evenings. Alone. Round 5. Which is Ultra General Knowledge Politics Edition, because it is what Parliament Week. Get involved in politics. There's no excuses. Even if you don't agree with most of the things that you say, it is everyone's right to do whatever they want with their vote. However, it's important that you do vote. It's important that you do get involved in politics, because at the end of the day, the only way that you can change the system is by being part of the system. So, if you don't vote, you don't get to have your say, and it's so important to have your say in any country. And when we live in a democracy where we're able to inflict change by voting for the things that we believe in, then we should do that. We can only better our country by voting and using our system to vote. And if you don't know anything about politics, then I do suggest going over to our website and clicking on the Our Campaigns tab and learning a little bit more about politics. If you've never ever thought, I'm going to get involved in politics, that's fine. Just go and learn the bare minimum. Find out which party you would belong to. Find out how, making a law works and different things like that, because it is fascinating. It can be boring to watch videos of Houses of Parliament. So even I don't do that. Very, very rarely will I watch things happening in the Houses of Parliament, but it is absolutely fascinating to find out how laws are made in our country and how things work between the House of Commons, the House of Lords, and what part does the Queen play in politics, because she does play a pivotal role as our monarchy and head of state. But yes, round 5 again. I'm going to take my soapbox, I'm going to put it over here, we're going to step away from it, and we're going to get all the answers in round 5, which was politics. And obviously the first 3 questions are evil. So if you get the first 3 questions wrong, if you've guessed and you've got them wrong, I'm sorry, but you'll lose 5 points. But yes, here we are with round 1. Question 1. Round 5, question 1. Who was the Prime Minister with the shortest time in office? It's evil. Are you going to lose 5 points? It is George Canning. Or Canning. I'd say Canning. George Canning. If you got George Canning, give yourself a point. If you didn't get George Canning and you guessed, take away 5 points. I'm so sorry. Question number 2. What was the Conservative Party's slogan in last year's general election? It's quite a long one, so I'm sorry. It's Get Brexit Done, Unleash Britain's Potential. Britain deserves better. If you got it correct, give yourself a point. If you didn't get it correct, but you guessed, take away 5 points. And if you didn't guess at all, then it's fine. You just didn't get any points. You didn't lose any points, though. Question number 3. How long does Prime Minister's questions last? 30 minutes, half an hour. I'm pretty sure that they extend over that. But they are supposed to only be 30 minutes. Does anyone watch the Prime Minister's questions? I do, on occasion. Not every week, as I say. I'm not involved in politics every week. But I do like to keep up to date with politics, especially, with times as they are. It's the opportunity to hear opposition's questions to the Prime Minister, and he has to answer them. So they are quite informative to watch as well, if they don't skirt around the answers. And that's on any side, because any of the sides can skirt around the answers. But it's important to get involved in politics, try and understand a little bit more. Question 4. Under the Fixed Term Parliaments Act 2011, how many years pass before Parliament is dissolved automatically? AKA, how often is a general election? 5 years. Yes. Every 5 years a general election will be held, unless, you're in this century and then there's one nearly every year. But has there been 3 in the past 6 years or something? Or 2 in the past 6 years? Usually it is 5. Every 5 years there'll be a general election, and we'll pick our new MPs. And then the party with the most seats wins being Prime Minister or being government. I can't properly explain it. My words are failing me today. But yes, we don't, unlike America, because I know America yesterday their election was held for president. We don't vote like that. We don't vote for a person, we vote for a party within our local constituency. So if you live in Blackpool North or Blackpool South, I believe right now the constituencies or MPs for them areas are Conservative. And that's how it works, is in like each constituency you'll vote in a party, and the party with the most amount of seats will form a majority government, and they will be in power, and then whoever is head of that party will become the Prime Minister. There you go, Parliament explained, and we're on question 4, and I haven't moved on for about 5 minutes, so shall we? Get off my soapbox. Again. Put it over there this time. Stay. Which MP was described as a bloody difficult woman by former Chancellor Ken Clarke? Theresa May. If you've got Theresa May, give yourself a point. Question 6. Which UK constituency has the largest population? It is the Isle of Wight. If you've got Isle of Wight, give yourself a point. Question number 7. How many MPs are there? There are 650 MPs. 650 seats in the House of Commons. Excuse me, that coffee. Every time I have a drink and I come and do the quiz, it's just end up in me burping. I'm so sorry. Disgusting. I know. The Prime Minister lives at number 10 Downing Street, but who lives at number 11? And it is the government's chief whip. I'm not going to try and explain what the chief whip is, but if you want to know a little bit more about Parliament and what the chief whip is, you can go over to our website and find out. Oh, if you're hearing noise, I've got some neighbours. Question 9. Who said they would be tough on crime, tough on the causes of crime? That is Tony Blair. If you got Tony Blair, give yourself a point. Sorry. Housemates. Question 10. The UK's first ever national referendum was held in 1975, but what was it on? And it was the membership of the European Economic Area, aka the EEC. If you got that right, give yourself a point. If you didn't, then it doesn't matter. We're about to move on to the bonus question now, so tally up all of your points, and we'll move on. Sorry, I'm mixing a little bit with my mic. I'm trying to let my housemates let them be. You don't need to listen to their conversations. Shall we move on to the bonus question? It's worth 5 points, and you just had to unscramble this anagram, and it was all based around the theme for this week. So Gargoyles Watch, what is the answer, please? It's Hogwarts Legacy. If you haven't heard of Hogwarts Legacy is actually the new Harry Potter game that's coming out next year. The open world Harry. Well, it's not technically not Harry Potter because Harry Potter's not in it, I don't think. But it's an open world game based around the Wizarding World and Harry Potter and all the things like that. I'm really excited for it to come out because I'm going to be playing it. But yes, we're at the end of the Big Blackpool Quiz. We will be back next Wednesday at 8 PM. I hope that you have enjoyed this week's new take on the quiz. Don't forget that you can go and suggest a theme for the quiz by heading to our website, www.studentsunion.blackpool.co.uk, clicking on the BB Quiz tab and voting for your next theme, which is between English, Maths, Science and PE. So go and vote now that the quiz is over. But I will be back next week on Wednesday at 8 PM, so make sure that you do come back. I think we'll be on our 24th episode. I have no idea. It's been so long, but enjoy the rest of your week. I'm going to go and enjoy mine, and I shall see you very shortly. Bye.